Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, thanks for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Nurdiyah Septaningtias, and I'm from Pertukaran Mahasiswa Merdeka Dalam Negeri Program, and I am Islamic Economic Study Program, Faculty of Economic and Business, Nahdlatul Ulama Islamic University. Today, I'd like to presentation about paper the education. The title is the role of morphological maps in regional planning and management in Indonesia, case Buleleng, Regency, Bali. And I'm sorry because now I will I know pregnant, and I will give birth to my baby. The first introduction. Planning and management of the state are two related and long-term activity. Fast implementation of space planning is a generic term for all systems. Waste management of the region must provide good country stability. Planning and management of the region will doubtless be connected with the morphological condition or misappropriation of land use. Buleleng Regency with hill morphology and narrow alluvial plains, resulting in land indicate to a limited settlement. Based on the background that has been outlined, the objective of this research are to know how for the role of the geomorphological map for planning and management in the Indonesia region, especially in the Buleleng Regency. Furthermore, to evaluate the geomorphological map in planning and managing the housing in Buleleng Regency. The forum The Forum of Bali Drainage Basin notes that the environmental damage in Bali is increasingly severe due to the development of housing around the drainage basin, the management industry around the river, the growth in the rate of land function, and dig activity, especially sea digging material. This environmental problem would have an impact on residential communities built directly across river. As a result, annual disaster, especially home in the Buleleng Regency that preeminently constructor, will be hit by severe flooding and landslide when the monsoon arrives. The problem of disaster is one of the result of development that pays no attention to the proper location for the building. Biodata from Statistics in Indonesia 2020 in Buleleng Regency has 10 million population growth, million 2016 until million in 2018. 2019. The number two method. The research used the image of Landsat, a operational land imager thermal infrared sensor, only TIRS, in 2019 path 161 and 162 in the Landsat image. The channels used in this research are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 channels, with visible channels and the infrared channel near, central, and far away. It will be used to interpret manually and to detect the geology condition in Buleleng Regency and the digital elevation model. Dam. The type of dam data used is the Shuttle Radar Terrain Mission (SRTM), and data will eventually help identify topography on the Buleleng Regency. The method of interpretation refers to the terms of license and keyword by using the interpretation key. The key to interpretation is used such as hue or color, shapes, texture, patterns, and size. The interpretation employed is by an overlay of image with the data to provide a realistic topographic impression in the file. Not only that, image of remote sensing display in some much indolence, regular compositor, pseudo compositor, and durability of image spectral imaging to reinforce the image coupled with a 5D meter resolution of Landsat. Restriction and the narrowing of the result, the interpretation referred to Suharsono. An interpretation is that is untenable is 9 different landforms and the characteristic of each landform. For evaluate the result of this interpretation need to field survey with accuracy test. Use cross table from Congleton. The third is the result and discussion. An identification landform from Landsat 8 has found 6 landforms in the Buleleng Regency. There are denudation landform, volcanic landform, and karst landform. Each landform has characteristic and effect on the soil performed mainly for topographical condition. In the case of disasters such as flood occur in Jalaputi and Bakti Seraga Regency, also in Musi village. Geroka subdistrict, the flash flood that his residential settlement were caused by high rainfall intensity in the hills, so that the river flow in Musi village could not prevent the discharge of water from the upper area. The structural hills carrying, along with wood materials, the river that crosses Musi village is seasonal and often dry, so that the people of Musi village will settlement around the dryness basin without worrying about flooding. The problem of disaster in the residential area are a clear example of the potential danger of settlement that ignore geomorphology conditions. In mapping geomorphology, structural landform was accessible to interpretation because of sporting data from them, and results from file survey justify that interpretation. The accuracy test of the geomorphology map has been created with field condition was 81.6%. With the accuracy test value, the interpretation landform belongs to the great category because it is above 60%. And the last for my presentation is a conclusion. The conclusion that can be drawn from this research is the satellite imagery Landsat 8 and them can be used in making a geomorphology map with a field accuracy test of 81.6%. Again, 6 landforms in the Buleleng Regency, so that geomorphology maps can be used as a basic map in the planning and management of territory in the Buleleng Regency. The role of the geomorphological map, especially in settlement. especially in settlement development, can provide information related to the landform that is suitable and safe to build residential area with low disaster risk. Evaluation of the role of geomorphological map will not be useful if relying solely in data from geomorphological maps only to optimize the area of the settlements. Then in this stage, planning also requires other data such as regional layout, plains data. Thus, the problem that has occurred in settlement of Buleleng Regency can be minimized. Okay, I think enough for me. Thanks for the time and thanks for the time and thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.